Our next guest not only spent years fighting crime at the border, he was also a victim of it himself, experiencing cartel violence firsthand when gunmen ambushed his vehicle, killing his partner. In his book, Agent Under Fire, A Murder and a Manifesto, Victor Avila, a former special agent in Homeland Security Investigations under ICE, detailing the harrowing 2011 experience of Los Zetas drug cartel members opening fire on his vehicle, ramming it off the road, then forcing the car door open and shooting point blank at both him and his partner. Now, Avila was shot multiple times. He recovered from his injuries. His partner, Jaime Zapata, was also shot multiple times, but did not survive. To talk more about this experience, we're joined by Victor himself. Victor, thank you for joining us. I know it's a traumatic incident to talk about, and I'm sorry for the loss of your partner. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Can you tell me more about the cartel ambush? What happened that day, and what stands out most in your memory?
Well, we were sent on an assignment from Mexico City towards Monterrey to pick up some equipment from our counterparts in that office. On our way back, we were ambushed by two SUVs full of Zeta cartel members. We didn't know that at that time, but they ambushed us, shot, like you mentioned, at us over 100 rounds. And Agent Zapata tragically was killed in line of duty in Mexico, the second agent only for that to happen to since DEA agent Enrique Camarena back in 1985. I'm here by the grace of God, surviving 3 gunshot wounds. And so it really changed a lot of things, especially the evolution of the cartels as I used to know them and investigate them. They have really evolutionized and transformed into what I call them as foreign terrorist organizations and have a tremendous impact on our country here in the United States.
Yeah, you make an excellent point. And can I just ask, I mean, you said more than 100 rounds, 100 rounds were fired. Do you remember what was going through your mind? Did you register that you had been hit multiple times and that your partner was not going to make it?
I actually didn't know I had been shot. I was shot once in my chest and twice in my left leg. And at the moment that I was shot, I did not know it. It was a lot of chaos. We tried to escape. We crashed a vehicle that was blocking us in front of us. And eventually the vehicle was disabled. And you'll see some of those pictures where the vehicle ended up and they just continued shooting. And, these cartels are ruthless. There was actually a second shooting when one of the SUVs left. A second one turned around, came back, did a U-turn, and right in front of me, tried to penetrate the glass in front of me of the armored SUV. And as you can see in this picture right here, the 2 shots right aiming at me, they were unable to penetrate it with their AK-47s. And so here I am to tell the story, to tell the harrowing story and ultimate sacrifice of Agent Zapata. But most importantly, the people to know that there are agents serving abroad in Mexico and many other countries around the world trying to defend our homeland on a daily basis.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is such a sacrifice, and it's just an increasingly dangerous position. And I know that you personally led criminal investigations of human trafficking, drug smuggling, violent crime. What do you want Americans at home to understand about the cartel's power at the border?
It is a huge power, and especially when it comes to the drug trafficking and human trafficking. The fentanyl crisis is at the hands of the cartels with the help of China, killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. This is through the cartels, but a lot of people think that the cartels are just present and headquartered in Mexico, but that's just not the case. They're heavily present full-time here in the United States, not just in the border states, by the way, in every single state of the United States of America, making sure they get their product. Because when I say product, I'm talking about the drugs and the humans, because that's what they consider the human beings, a product for them that just equals billions of dollars for their profit.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get your perspective quickly on the current border crisis. Do you think that President Biden's executive action is a step in the right direction, and what needs to be done next?
Boy, I really hoped, and when I saw his conference this week, I really was hoping that this was the opportunity for the Biden administration to come clean and finally do something about this mess that they deliberately contributed to. And unfortunately, they failed. It will do nothing. It's not going to secure the border. As a matter of fact, I believe, in my opinion, you're going to see a surge of more people coming towards that border because they're going to be one of those they're going to be one of those that want to be counted as a first 2,500 threshold. They're not going to know what number they are. But nevertheless, there's still so many aspects to deal with Mexico. President Biden said that this would not allow them to seek asylum. Well, we've known all along that 9 out of the 10 people coming over do not qualify for asylum to begin with, and they have continued to be let in. What I didn't hear was the end of catch and release policy and the implementation of Remain in Mexico. That right there would have made a huge impact.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.